Manchester City start at Wolves, and the first Super Sunday of the season sees Chelsea host Crystal Palace before Manchester United host Arsenal. That's a massive one. The final fixture we're talking about sees Leeds return to the Premier League. They're at home to Everton, and that is the first Monday Night Football. So those are the opening fixtures for the new season. Let's see how the champions start. Liverpool's first 6 matches of their title defence, Bournemouth at home, and then they go to Newcastle. A really tough one, that one. Then a huge one as they host Arsenal at Anfield. Then they go to Burnley before the Merseyside derby on September the 20th. Then they're away to Crystal Palace on September the 27th. That is a tough start when you think about that for Arne Slot's side. But what about Arsenal? They begin at Old Trafford on Super Sunday, like we just said. They then face Leeds at the Emirates before that game at Anfield. The 3 following matches see them face Nottingham Forest, Manchester City and Newcastle. So arguably even tougher for them. Manchester City, they start at Wolves before a home game against Tottenham. Then it's Brighton before the Manchester derby at the Etihad on September the 13th. Then it's Arsenal away before a home game against newly promoted Burnley. The first full season for Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, and it's Arsenal at Old Trafford for the first Super Sunday of the season, followed by an away trip to Fulham before matches against Burnley, Manchester City, Chelsea and Brentford. Tottenham begin life under Thomas Frank at home to Burnley. Then it's that trip to Manchester City and games against Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton and Wolves. Everton's first game in their new stadium. Exciting times for them. It's against Brighton on August the 23rd. That's after their opening game, which is against Leeds at Ellen Road on Monday Night Football. They also face Wolves, Aston Villa, Liverpool and West Ham, making up their first 6 games. And here are the games live on Sky for that opening weekend. The new season begins with the champions Liverpool at home to Bournemouth, Friday Night Football. And we've got all of last season's top 4 featuring across the weekend, with Manchester City at Wolves on Saturday night. Chelsea face FA Cup winners Crystal Palace on Super Sunday. That's followed by that huge clash at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Arsenal.
Well, it is a season like no other on Sky Sports, with a minimum of 215 Premier League games live, up from 128 last season.
Here a look at things, a few things to look out for when the season begins on the weekend of August the 16th. Sky Sports will have at least 215 live games for the next 4 seasons, giving fans the best matches week in, week out until May 2029.
Well, fans will be able to watch 80% of all televised Premier League games this season right here on Sky Sports.
As well as in the traditional Saturday and Sunday slots. The first and last word on a Premier League weekend will also come from Sky Sports, with more live games on Fridays and Mondays than ever before.
Well, for the first time, all final games on the last day of the season will be live in one place, which will create a real moment for fans. It'll be fairly epic.
Now, are there any changes to Super Sunday for the upcoming season? For the first time, Sky Sports will now be able to offer multiple live matches on a number of weekends, Sunday 2 p.m.
Every single Premier League fixture for the 2025-26 season is on the Sky Sports app.